In this tutorial, I will show you how we can create writing effect, but not a typewriter one that everybody knows. It will be more sophisticated writing method. For a handwriting effect in Davinci Resolve, check out this tutorial, link in the description. But today we're gonna create the outline writing effect and we're gonna do it in Fusion. If you're not into compositing in Fusion, you can download this animation for free. Just fill this form, link in the description, and I will send it to you ASAP. You can get it also from my Ko-fi page. If you feel like supporting my channel, I really appreciate it if you do. So to install it, open Fusion page, drag and drop the DRFX file, confirm the installation. Reboot Resolve just in case. Then in the Edit page, under Effects, Titles, you should see Cast Your Memories folder and Text FX02 Title Effect. Drag it to the timeline. In the inspector, you've got all you need to adjust it to your liking. If you don't see the whole text, you probably need to extend the text clip. If you want to speed up or slow down the animation, right-click on the text clip, New Compound Clip, then Ctrl-R, and simply drag it to the left or right to speed it up or slow down the animation. So this was a ready-to-use solution. Now let's create it from scratch. In Media Pool, right-click and create New Fusion Composition. Name it if you want, drag it to the timeline, and open Fusion page. So we've got here the Media Out node. Let's start with the background node, connect it with the Media Out, and make it transparent by setting alpha to 0. Now we're gonna need a text 3D. Let's insert some text. Let me preview it on the left, so tab 1. As you see, this is a 3D text object. This is only for your information. We will not work on the 3D space. We only need some features of the 3D text object that is not available in the regular text node. So we need also a renderer 3D in order to be able to composite 3D object into our composition. Let me close the inspector for a moment. So yeah, this is our renderer 3D. If you connect our text 3D and preview it, you can see the text in 2D now. Let's merge it over the background. So this is how it looks. In the text 3D, in the inspector, Layout tab, adjust the center Z control so the whole text is visible. Okay. In the text tab, once you're okay with the font and size, scroll down to the extrusion and set bevel depth to some minimal value. 0.1 is okay. And bevel width may be set to something 0.005. This control is defining the outline width of the text. Now in the Shading tab, uncheck Use One Material. In Bevel Material section, switch Type to Image. That will create another input green triangle to which we can connect a new background node. But this background node will be a gradient. But you need to make it really, really narrow. Set alpha to 0 and connect with the green triangle input of the Text 3D node. Now in the Text 3D, in the Shading tab, you can see that the image source is our background. In the Materials section, let's change the color to black and let's make it transparent also. So now only our outline of the text is visible. I will make it a bit bolder. Okay, so in the background node, look what happens if I play with offset control. Oops, I need to get rid of this black color. Back to our text 3D node, I forgot about the alpha. Okay, so again, in the background node, the offset control works like this. Pretty cool. But I need to invert the gradient. It's a small detail, but it will be revealing the outline from left to right. So in general, it will give a better it will give better impression of writing effect. Now we will keyframe the offset control. So at the frame 0, I will create first keyframe and set value 1. Then at frame 15, I will create another keyframe and set value to 0. So it takes 15 frames to reveal one letter. They are being revealed all at the same time, but we will deal with it later. Now what we want is to have the reveal process repeating till the end of our composition. So open spline, make sure you have the background node selected, then check offset, click zoom to fit to better see our keyframes, select them, right-click, set loop and loop. Problem solved. Now the offset animation will repeat till the end. I will also smooth the animations, so with keyframes selected, click S or this smooth icon. Yeah, that's better. Now we need to make the letters to be shown one by one. So let's make a copy of the text 3D, but it will be an instance copy. So paste it with the combination Ctrl-Shift-V. For this copy, we need also a renderer 3D node and merge it over the whole composition. Now, if we play it, we can't see the animation because the second text is on top. If I disable the merge node for a moment, I can see again the text below. Okay, let me enable it back. So to create a writing effect, I will use write-on control. But since this is an instance copy, I have to deinstance this control, right-click, deinstance. Yeah, let me deinstance start control also. So now if I make any changes to this parameter, it will not affect both texts. So we need to animate write-on control, so it displays letter by letter, but in the right moment. Unfortunately, write-on control is not frames aware. You cannot simply increase it by the static value, because the length of the text can change, so I cannot keyframe it. It receives values from 0 to 1. Let me put the playhead at the beginning. So if we move frame by frame until the frame 14, only the first letter should be visible. Let me preview the second text on the left. So at frame 14, the second text should only display the first letter, like that. If we go forward another frame, 15 frames, the second letter should appear, so the write-on must be changed. Write-on control need to be animated the similar way on the first text 3D node, so that you don't see all the time the whole text, but only the letters that is currently being animated. I hope it makes sense. Basically, the concept is to display letter by letter, but first you display animated letter, and then you overlap with the solid non-animated one. So it gives the impression that the letters are written one by one. Long story short, I used expressions to deal with it. So for the end parameter, I used this expression. So if I play it and preview only the second text, it looks like this. And for the first text 3D, I had to use expressions for end and start parameters. So if I preview only the first text, it looks like this. I will not break down each of these expressions. I'm not good in explaining math in English, don't want to confuse here. As you see in this kind of situations, expressions are the only solution. And finally, I'd like to add a bit of a glow effect, so select the last merge node and from the selection tool, search for the soft glow. Let me adjust the gain. Yeah, it's better. Maybe also the color. And this is it. Many thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave the comment. I really appreciate it. As mentioned before, you can download this effect for free. Cheers and see you in the next one.